All right, what's up, everybody? Look, I was in physical therapy just now, and I was thinking about how, just everything that's going on with crypto, thinking about the market. And there's something that really stood out to me that I wanted to talk about like ASAP. So that's why I'm not at the office yet. But what I was thinking about was everything that's just happening on Solana right now. And the fact that everything happening on Solana right now is even further confirming my belief that I think Solana is going to hit $1,000 to $2,000 one day. So let's just talk a little bit about that. You Solana bulls are going to like this video. So let's kind of get into it. So whenever I said, everything happening on chain, I'm really referring to all of the pumps that we're seeing on chain, from things like initially Bonk in December, Myro and WIF, and all of these cryptos at this given point. Now, you guys know, for example, down in HG Access, down in the description below, we talked about Myro at 2 cents, and now the thing hit 25 cents today, so a nice 12.5x. We talked about WIF at 16 cents. WIF hit 40 cents today, so over, right around a 200% gain there. I mean, first of all, HG Access has been calling these things like crazy, multiple 700% gainers just this year alone, which is nuts. So go check that out. But there's something to that. There's something to gains that big. And about 6 weeks ago, roughly, I told you all that I think that if Solana continues in the direction it's going, it's going to be one of the leaders of the bull market. And what we've seen from Myro and what we've seen from WIF confirms that to me. Because what we see isn't just cryptos on chain pumping because of, Solana just doing well, and so therefore other cryptos on chains doing it. We're actually seeing a transfer and transition from crypto project to crypto project of liquidity on chain that's actually growing and compounding exponentially, right? We saw Solana's price grow. Then as Solana's price grew, we of course then saw the injection of liquidity into Solana's ecosystem. Once the injection of liquidity happened into Solana's ecosystem, then we see that liquidity enter into Bonk. Bonk goes up hundreds of millions of dollars in market cap, of course, injecting even more liquidity now because we're pulling investors from other ecosystems into the Solana ecosystem. Then just a few weeks later, now we're seeing that same liquidity, although not going to Bonk, going to things like Baby Bonk. Of course, that one did decently well. We also saw something like Myro go up, 15x just over the last couple of weeks. We saw WIF hit a $400 million market cap today. Again, Myro's at a $200 million market cap today. And we're consistently seeing that liquidity now starting to compound. It initially started with Solana, then it went from Solana to Solana and Bonk, and now it's gone from Solana to Myro and WIF. And so there's something to think about there, is that the amount of users and the people who are investing in the Solana ecosystem, involving the Solana ecosystem, the projects that are building in the ecosystem to try to capitalize on this liquidity, it's consistently growing and compounding much faster than we saw sometimes last year. And in my opinion, faster than we saw in 2021. And so, in my opinion, seeing the rate of growth, seeing just the rapid injection of liquidity into the ecosystem in a time where the market's really not rallying that much tells me that we could easily do much better than we did back in 2021. Think about how shitty Solana was, and it still got to $250 back in 2021. I mean, really think about that. Then think about now how liquidity is coming into the ecosystem way faster, way stronger, way more diversified. We're seeing it across multiple groups, from institutions all the way down to your everyday retail investor. We're seeing that liquidity trickle and stay in the ecosystem. Even after people pull profits, they're still holding it in Sol. They're still holding it in their stable coins on Sol. And on top of that, we're seeing Solana's blockchain performing better with the upgrades. We're also starting to notice the amount of projects building on chain is increasing because people are trying to capitalize on it. And so when you think about all of these things, who's to say this thing couldn't 4x past that $230 to $250 mark? Why not? That makes no sense. It absolutely can. And, thinking about things like that, that gives me the further confirmation that I believe that where we are is just the beginning to some degree from a macro perspective. And what we're seeing from Myro and WIF, again, it gives me just even more kind of validation to my theory that Solana could be $1,000 to $2,000 one day. And so I'm sticking to it. Now, you guys know that Solana is a huge part of my portfolio. It's about 15%. If you want to see my whole portfolio, you can go down to my Patreon down below. So I post my buys and sells and all that good stuff. But with it being such a big percentage of my portfolio, it's not just my bias speaking, and yes, I do have bias, and that's why I brought that up. Yes, I'm biased because it is 15% of my portfolio, but realistically, the proof is in the pudding. The proof is in the numbers. And when you're seeing hundreds of millions of dollars flowing amongst Myro and WIF and Solana-based cryptocurrencies, it's clear as day how the ecosystem is thriving and growing, and it's really only early days of this market. And so I just wanted to kind of I don't know, just kind of spit out how I was feeling and what I was thinking about. And so let me know your thoughts down below. Does this make sense? I hope this video made sense. I felt like I'm just rambling a bit, but I think you understand the point I'm trying to get to, is that this is just even more proof and validation that the money is in Solana, is for Solana, and that ecosystem could continuously grow and thrive. And this is early signs that it could get much bigger from here. So let me know your thoughts. Are you holding? Are you buying? Are you selling? Definitely let me know down there. And yeah, I'll update you guys. I have a Bitcoin technical analysis video dropping pretty soon, so stay tuned for that. And I'll see you all next time. See you, everybody.